Here's the kicker, Jason Myers, to get this one started. And we are underway from Miami. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
Hey, 58 is the mic. Go 58 is the mic.
All day, baby. All day. All day, baby. Watch that. Watch that. Watch that. Jim. 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 Jim.
Throwing to start here is Tua. And his first pass is incomplete.
Well, that's absolutely going to fire this defense up. They made it their mission to deny that completion, and they came through with a nice hit and knocked it incomplete.
After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20.
Hey, let's get them home.
First carry for Raheem Mostert. And he'll get only a couple up to the 22.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
An early tough test on the opening drive. This is 3rd and 8.
You go tight. You got striker. Check striker. Go.
And oh, that nearly an opening drive INT, but it does fall incomplete. Not the way you wanted to start this ball game as it brings up 4th down.
That was their first 3rd down try of the game, and clearly something was off in the execution of that play. Good news, they've got a whole game left to clean that up and start clicking on those key 3rd down throws.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And that kick will go out of bounds right at the 20-yard line.
Check smash. Check smash.
They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
2nd and 9 now from the 21.
52's the mark, boys. 52. Check pass. Check pass.
Smith. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver. Although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Walker now on 1st and 10. And some nifty running here as he'll take this across midfield and down to the 47. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 47. Back to Walker on 1st down. And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he's got another first down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 32-yard line. A really nice pickup of 14 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Watch the ship. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Watch the ship. Check three. Check three. Check three.
Straight ahead, Walker. And he's able to work his way down inside the red zone to the 19-yard line. 12 more yards there and another first down. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
From the red zone now, Smith. He'll find Metcalf. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Check 55.
On 2nd down, it's Walker. And here he'll get it down to the 7. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation. We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
And he's brought down right at the 5-yard line. Give him 2 on the play. On 2nd and goal, Smith. And this will be caught by Metcalf for a Seahawk touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown catch. And the Seahawks are on the board first here this afternoon. Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
No. Check 43.
Ultra. Go ultra.
Check. Lucky.
Ready. Go.
Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. They follow up the first down 1-yard run with a minimal gain of 2.
Well, they gave up a few yards there, but all in all, I think it's a pretty nice job defensively against the jet sweep. If they don't slow him up, he might take it to the house, so they'll take that play every time on the defensive side of the ball. And the Seahawks add a couple of extra DBs going with the dime look here.
Indeed, 6 on the field. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Getting this out to the flat, Mostert. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. 9 yards that time.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on 3rd down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
Check three. Check 50.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Let's go.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey,
And they'll send the slot in motion left.
Hey, watch your leg. 26, Mike.
hey,
The slot man in motion right.
Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Switch.
He's coming, he's coming, he's coming. We got
Hey,
In
screen.
motion left is Wilson.
Ready.
On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. Takes it to about the 37.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Go red.
That's me.
Set. Go.
2nd down, here's Mostert again. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down. You don't see that a ton, do you? Or the cornerback coming over to the middle of the field to make a run tackle.
That's someone with a ton of confidence to feel like nothing is pressuring him on his side of the field. Sees that the ball's moved to the middle and just sprints over there to help out. He ends up getting the tackle. Whoop.
Oh, looking for Waddle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Kobe Bryant. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, Charles, as a defender yourself who made a few of those plays back in your day, I know you know there's no better feeling than a pick 6 for a defender.
And the big thing is when you take it and you realize you're out there and you've got a great chance to score, not to get overexcited and have one of the yard lines trip you up, or the turf monsters, we used to call it, knock you down before you get to the end zone. That didn't happen on that play. He carried it home.
And he returns this to the 22.
Ready. Break.
1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
And sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
On the ball. Cut.
Setting to throw on 1st down is Tua. He's going to get this one out to his fullback. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position is to actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot, because we saw the catch there, right? He made it, but he's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back.
Focus, defense, focus. 44, Mike, 44. You're trash.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Tua. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. Darrell Taylor from his outside linebacker spot, forcing the sack for a loss of 8.
On the set.
So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long.
Fofo's the Mike. Mike's Fofo.
Let's go, tackle, let's go. We got
Slice blue.
44's the Mike.
Cut. Go.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Under pressure, they got him again. Uchenna and Nwosu got the sack there.
Well, if the goal is to get back into this game, the offense is certainly moving in the wrong direction. This is certainly a case where one team needs big splash plays right now, but unfortunately, it's the other team that's getting them.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. So the punt rolls out of bounds, and they'll have pretty good field position here up near the 40-yard line.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
Go check. Hey, check that. Street.
Sticking with Walker on second down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
That's it, baby.
Hold ready. Cowboy 80.
They'll try for the first with Walker. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A big run there, 29 yards and a first.
Just about every coach we talk to says the crowd shouldn't affect us. That shouldn't be an issue. And then the next breath they talk about taking the crowd and taking them out of the game by picking up first downs and keeping them at bay. I think we just saw an example of that there, didn't we?
Important to do, especially early in the game like they have. The Smith's throw caught here by Metcalf. And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line. 2nd and 7 from the 20. Geno now to throw. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Now a tough spot for Geno Smith and company after the sack. It's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Geno. He's got his tight end Fant. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. Noah Fant, 30 yards. And the Seahawks will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles, and that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. Well, CD, you understand. I mean, they're so eager trying to get back in this game here in the fourth quarter, but they touched that one a little too early before it went 10 yards.
Brandon, in such a high-stakes scenario, everyone's feeling the pressure on this play. The special teams coordinator, which one is he going to pick in terms of kicks? Can the kicker execute it? Can the team wait for 10 yards?
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Cougar 19.
Check 55, Mike. Hey, I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll fake it. Now Smith. Forced out to his left. Catch is made by Metcalf. And he's going to be out of bounds here all the way down inside the 10. It's a big play there for Seattle. 51 yards. We know he's good at catching the football, but then after the catch, he's got escapability.
Not only that, he's got some toughness as well, because you know he's coached very hard to make sure he battles through, breaks tackles, and then they finish with, but don't fumble the football.
Here's Walker. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. From the 2 now, 2nd and goal. Now a play fake, and it's Smith. End zone caught. Touchdown, Seattle. Noah Fant, a beast in the red zone with his 2nd touchdown of the game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead. Myers connects on the PAT, and it is 28-0. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And no chance to get away, as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. First down, Miami, as they get set to start the drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game, but that's something right there. Still in the third quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Cup 19, Cup 19.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he's got the speedster Goodwin. Touchdown, Seahawks. Marquise Goodwin, 26 yards. And the Seahawks are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this 35-0 now. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window. Throw left side is complete on the diving effort. A good pick up there, 26 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Hey, check Mega.
Right back to Jalen Waddle for another catch. And they'll get this down to the 42-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Meanwhile, Tua's throw is taken in by Waddle. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Third catch for him on this drive alone, and it'll give him a first down.
But look what we have here, a sustained drive, and that was certainly AWOL in the first half. They really struggled to try and move the football. But right now, they certainly seem to have the formula working. Let's see if they can keep it up.
Tua going to tap this forward on the jet sweep. And he'll go down right on the edge of the red zone following a pickup of about 7 or 8.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
Black 40.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again.
25.
Hey, go Fury.
Check 25.
Check 25.
Go.
On second down, Mostert. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now third down coming up.
You've got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
Mike, White.
Mike, 44 is Mike. Check. Let's make that cut.
Now Tua. He is going to find Hill here. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as a tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 12-yard line. That his first catch so far. They've held him under wraps, but he's got a first down there.
Come on, set. 33. Yellow.
Hey. 26, Mike. 26, Mike. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen.
Tua sets up to pass it. That's caught. Waddle on the left side. And the Dolphins are looking at first and goal as he's tackled all the way down at the 2-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a first and goal.
Here's Mostert. And just a short gain that time as they're able to get him down. Give him 2 yards on that one. Second and goal now.
Good work there, holding them out on first down. And this is going to be a battle down here on the goal line. Can they hold their ground for 2, maybe even 3 more plays?
Here we go, set. 45.
They'll come
White.
out in the pistol. And now the Seahawks are going to take a timeout here on defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Ready. 52 blue.
Right there. 56. Hey, defense.
One more time with Mostert. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Raheem Mostert able to take it in from a yard out. And the Dolphins are able to eat in just a bit to this sizable deficit. Well, they move the ball down the field through the air, Charles, and then finally they get the running game involved, and it works to perfection. Touchdown.
And, partner, I kept waiting for that running game to come into play, and actually saved it until the very end. Touchdown goes on his stat sheet, but you and I both know, and he...
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And he's got it in the end zone. Bit of a surprising call here, down by as many as they are, but the fake works. And they'll get 2 points closer instead of 1. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. Now a timeout called for by the defense. And with that, they're down to 1 remaining here in this second half. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
60 Bison.
Check. 52 is the mic right here over there.
On first down, Smith. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Xavier Howard. The 20. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Dolphins touchdown. Well, that's what you get, apparently, when you try to take on a Pro Bowl cornerback. I mean, what a play there to make the interception and also bring it back for 6.
And he is so good that we've seen teams absolutely stay away from throwing the ball at him. Here, he's just reading the quarterback's eyes the entire way, makes a great play on the football, and turns it into 6.
The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Smack.
It's a run with Mostert. And he'll get in. And they're going to draw themselves 2 points closer. And they turn the pick 6 into a pick 8 with that 2-point conversion.
I love how you upsell. That is outstanding right there. What a big-time play. Big switch in how this game was going. And then they capitalized with a little bit on top.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. So, boy, that's already the third they burned here. They are out of timeouts now before we've even hit the fourth quarter. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Trying the left side with Walker. And he'll get this to the 22. So they began the play at the 11, and it's a gain of 11. First down. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On first down, it's Smith. Flush to his right. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Jerome Baker. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will bring it back. It's a pick six and a Dolphins touchdown. This game's still fairly well in hand, but I think now you go conservative, don't you? Go into your shell and just run the football?
I think you have to, but you also have to tell your backs, make sure you're really protecting the football because you're going to run into a stacked defensive front, which is why they were throwing the football before, trying to make sure they just get their backs, really beat up in that situation. Now, good luck to them.
So now on comes the Dolphins offense as he'll try and go for two here. After the turnover, it's Tua. And he is not going to get in here. So the decision to go for two does not pay off as they're unable to cut any further into their deficit. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have.
Ready. Panther 60, Panther 60. Ready, go.
Out of the gun, Walker with it. 97 yards on the ground for him so far. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. They'll fake the handoff. Now Smith. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great effort there. 36 yards. And the Seahawks have pretty well put it away here in the fourth quarter. Gino's going to throw. And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the fourth. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD, but unfortunately the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
After the sack on first down, Tua. Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. At this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on deep.
And he finds Lockett in the end zone. Touchdown, Seattle. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Seahawks have opened up a 4-touchdown lead here in the 4th. They're going to try and run. And he will get into the end zone to extend the lead by 2 more.
Well, I guess when you're hot, you're hot. I mean, I would just go ahead and take the extra point and move on, but apparently they've got something to prove. Almost feels like something was said this week, and they wanted to make sure that they laid it on them in this game.
So they take the flag and the yardage that comes with it.
Here we go. 50, green.
Coming to you, coming to you.
Red.
Tua now on first down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
Here we go.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
We got to step it up. 26, Mike, 26.
Ready.
Tua going to throw. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And this a leaping effort, but it's knocked away and incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And that play will go nowhere, losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. So they'll wind up losing 5 yards on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down.
When you lose that kind of yardage on a pass play, you often expect it to be a sack, but that wasn't the case there. They completed the pass. Probably would have been better off just dropping the football and making an incompletion as opposed to catching it and losing that kind of yardage.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. Well, I guess an interception at this point on 4th down is just as bad as an incomplete pass. Either way, the ball goes over to the other side.
Yeah, it's a tough spot to be in this late in the game, and there's not a whole lot he could do there, and he winds up giving the ball away.
Now a 1st down throw. It's Smith. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Noah Igbenogany. And the Dolphins are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Justin Coleman. And the Seahawks are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ballgame, I would have said never, not in a million years. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? but you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Ready. 45. White.
26 Mike. 26 Mike. Let's go one more.
Cut, cut.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. 20. 10. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board.
Oh, and now they're going to fake it. And the Seahawk defense gets to him, and they bring him down.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead, and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk-reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Oh, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
I know he ain't got it. 52.
Off of play action. Here's Smith. He lets it fly for Lockett. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Now they get a fourth quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for them, and after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
Mike 58 right there.
Throwing is Tagovailoa on third down here. He's got a man, complete. And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late, but he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man. So now the Dolphin offense will stay out there as they'll go for 2. And 2 are going to try and throw for it. And they're going to get the 2-point conversion, caught in the end zone, and that cuts the lead a bit further. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Smith going to throw it. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Eric Rowe. And the Dolphins are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. But probably not much that they can do at this point, CD. Down 3 scores late in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a little too much to overcome, you would think.
Yeah, they'll go down swinging, but in the end, I I think we saw the writing on the wall a while back because one team was clearly better than the other in this one. And while it didn't quite reach blowout status, I think we knew who was going to win this one well before we got to this stage.
On 2nd and 10. Tua, now a desperation throw deep downfield. And now here is another interception. Picked off by Jamal Adams. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, what has been a fantastic game for this defense has been rough for this offense, and certainly a signal caller, Charles, that's thrown all these interceptions. Another one there, and this one taken all the way back for the score.
Partner hoping they're holding a nice little spot in the post-game highlights to show this rip of interceptions and great plays this group has made. They've been on it from snap one.
And they've got it. They recovered it. But hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty.
Here we go. Yellow, 22. Black shot.
26 mark.
Tua now on 1st down. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And oh, it'll be intercepted. Tariq Woolen picks it. And the Seahawks are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, it wasn't always pretty, but the interception there, that means that they should get out of here with a victory.
Yeah, this is not a game that they're going to preserve for posterity on defense, but they did finish it off, didn't they? They did make the winning play to close things out. They'll take that one and head to the locker room.
Throwing now, Smith. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. It got his man complete. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
Myers connects on the PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Jason Myers to kick off for Seattle.
And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. 1st down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, CD, it's all window dressing at this point. I mean, the best they can do is end the game with a nice drive to maybe build some momentum to move forward into their next contest.
Yeah, with how lopsided this game has been, even one score might not do a lot of cosmetic good on the scoreboard, partner, because it's just about looking forward at this point. Get a touchdown here, give yourself some positive momentum and reps to focus on when you get back to practice in the next couple of days.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
To throw again on 2nd down. Tua, he's going to let it fly. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off by Quandre Diggs. And the Seahawks are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late fourth quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah, we all know people out there who like to use every...
And now here is another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
26, Mike. 26.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Open man downfield is Hill. Past the 20. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
And he's got it for the 2-point conversion. So they tack on a pair more here to narrow that deficit a bit further. So despite the huge deficit, they're going to keep fighting. Here comes the onside kick. And the Seahawks, looks like they've recovered. They have. Now they're down big here in the fourth. They had to try the onside kick. Can't fault them for the effort at least.
No, you can't at all. And if nothing else, now you've put something that you're trying to practice, right, that you've worked on into a game situation, and now you can go back and dissect it. So if you need it again sometime, maybe you'll find a better way to do it. But, yeah, this game's pretty much done for them.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Xavier Howard. And the Dolphins are going to get it back here just past the 35. And give him now 4 interceptions in this game. That's only the 3rd time this has been done since the year 2000.
I think that tells you how much better teams have gotten at throwing the football. Because if you go all the way back to 1960, 12 times before that, there have been guys who've gotten 4 interceptions or more in a game. I mean, most recently...
To a hit, and the ball is out. But I think a Dolphin was able to fall on it. Yes, they'll keep possession here. And a timeout comes in. The whistles blow with 3 seconds remaining.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. And as this defense walks off the field, they can do so with their heads held high. What a performance by the offense, too. I mean, really, Charles, just complete.